Hello, I'm here on Church Street again on this lovely sunny Monday afternoon. I may stand corrected. The title of my video yesterday, Old Swan is next for cultural change. I may actually be wrong there. It may be Neighbourhoods or even Anfield, as some viewers have suggested. Either way, the aforementioned areas are all earmarked for cultural change. The councillors, MPs for those communities, can you nail your colours to the mast and say you wholeheartedly endorse the cultural change that's on its way? You want Neighbourhoods, Anfield, Old Swan as 3 examples. You want them to look like Kensington and Fairfield, if not better. Can any of you, for those people you're meant to represent, nail your colours to the mast and be honest and say, well, yes, we believe in further cultural change. We endorse all that's on its way. In fact, we want our communities, or should I say no, we want your communities, that's the word. That's what councillors, MPs should be saying. We want your communities to look better than Kensington and Fairfield. You see, the people I spoke to in Kensington and Fairfield, everyone bar none, didn't agree with the change that has been happening there. They may not have voted for me, but they weren't happy with what was happening. Those in Anfield, Neighbourhoods, Old Swan, let's say, they won't be happy regarding the change now taking place in their communities. The politicians, councillors and MPs, they'll all remain silent or turn a blind eye. None of them will nail their colours to the mast and say they endorse all cultural change that comes to those areas. None of them are going to nail their colours to the mast and at least let their constituents know where they stand. Yes, I understand in the absence of a credible political party or individuals to vote for, I understand the public's frustration that they're going to continue to vote for Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Because a lot of people vote Labour in this city, right? It's not necessarily because they really love Labour, it's because they hate the Tories. So what this city lacks is a credible political party. That's what it lacks, and we'll knock these sellouts right off their perch. Trust me, right? But like I've said, none of the politicians are going to nail their colours to the mast and say yes, they wholeheartedly support cultural change, and they'll go one step further and they want it a lot more culturally changed than Kensington and Fairfield. None of them are going to do that. They'll just remain silent or turn a blind eye. They'll deceive their constituents. They'll bang on about the latest underground bins or affordable property in the community, and yeah, great, but it's no good, like I've said, if you're walking out your front door into a Sandonay type environment. That's no good, is it? Well, of course not. So again, I make this video to bring this message to the good people of Liverpool that the cultural change is on its way. It's not going to stop. The sellouts, the cowards, these politicians, they're going to remain silent or turn a blind eye or tell lies like my MP, Ian Byrne, refugees welcome. He doesn't believe that at all, but he knows he has to say it because he'll get on politically, because we're in a liberal type society now. That's not probably the right word. There's a liberal mindset that prevails and it's pushed, and those that follow it are championed, and loads of backslapping and load of likes on Facebook and so on. So we're in an age now where it's fashionable, it's also profitable for your career and your income to go along with the nonsense that we see happening in today's world, not just here in Liverpool or Britain, but right across the world. The liberalism now has grown arms and legs. It's out of control. It's on a life of its own, right? Let's bring as many refugees, as many immigrants into the country. And if you're liked by supporting that, regardless of the long-term consequences, forget about the long-term consequences. As long as you agree with it, you know that your career as a politician is going to jump leaps and bounds. You know that. They all do. So once again, like I say, cultural change is coming to all the aforementioned areas. We've seen the consequences of cultural change in the once proud working class community of Kensington and Fairfield. So we all know what it looks like. Well, there's more on the way, I'm afraid. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the truth. Do you really believe I come down here every day? All the time, effort and even money I put into this to spread this message because I've got nothing better to do, or I want to cause trouble, or I'm full of prejudice and hatred. Well, the complete opposite. I'm full of love of my city and its people, right? Because I know if I don't if I don't do these videos and spread this message, no one else is going to do it. In the absence of a credible political party, I understand your frustration, I understand, but things are changing now, trust me. You've just got to be patient. We've just got to wait, because this can't go on indefinite, right? Because people are getting fed up with it now. They don't like it, they don't want it. They've seen what it's done to Kensington and Fairfield, the people of Shoebury, Canfield, Old Swan and many other neighbourhoods across Liverpool. They don't want it either. But like I've said, in the absence of anyone to vote for, people will continue voting for Tweedledee and Tweedledum because there's no one else out there. But listen, I'll keep making these videos, spreading the message, and just be ready and prepared for when a time arrives when there is someone to vote for. But yeah, Old Swan is next for cultural change. Well, maybe it's Shoebury, maybe it's Old Swan, maybe it's Anfield. They're all catching up, but one thing is true, and one thing is happening, is cultural change right across the city is underway. And these politicians, they won't say a word. They'll just turn a blind eye or just ignore it and pretend it'll go away. They'll kick the ball that far ahead. By the time they catch up to it, they're out of office and it's someone else's problem. By then, nightmare. So anyway, another video. I hope you enjoy these videos. I know people send me messages to want me to continue doing them because I'm the only voice that's representing them and standing up for them. But I'll continue to make these videos because I have to, because no one else is going to. I love my city, I love its people, and I want to secure its future. Because don't forget, the future belongs to our kids and grandchildren, not theirs. And on a final note, remember, the more new arrivals that pour into our city, the buses, the roads, the doctors, the dentists, the hospitals, the roads, space, employment, appointments, everything gets more harder and more harder and strained and strained. Remember that you're competing with people then that are coming into the country, ending up in our city because everywhere else is full. There's nowhere else for them, so they've got to come here. This isn't right. We need to stop this. Like I said, the small black Chinese Hindu communities that settled here in Liverpool hundreds of years ago, there wasn't, isn't a problem. The Scousers, like me and you, what's happening now is different. These ones coming in, they're bringing different cultures, values, standards, belief systems. They're completely, totally unassimilable and incompatible with our Scouse Liverpool. Okay, I hope once again I made my message clear enough for you to understand. Getting very busy now, so I'll call time. Okay, thank you.